We have Gophers.
I know how we can take care of those gophers.
By maybe traps?
That's all you talk about now, Jay.
I think we could use traps.
That's all I do anymore. Every afternoon, I'm out in the fields.
Not your field.
Oh no, yeah, I go on to other. I don't ask permission though. That feels like an extra step that I don't feel like taking.
That was literally the whole part. That was the purpose of the video, Jay, was to learn.
Yeah,
how
and
to,
that was the boring part of the video.
That was the part where you weren't exploding varmints. You're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
You know, I kind of like how when your soldiers get wounded real bad,
Yeah.
they have scars afterwards.
Oh, I didn't even.
Yeah,
notice.
she's got a scar on her cheek. She didn't have that originally.
Oh,
That's after a wound.
That's great.
All right.
Sorry.
No, you're not.
I am so big. That's just the angle of the camera. I'm.
That's how perspectives work. If you're closer to the camera, you're bigger.
It looks like that's how they made Godzilla and Power Rangers.
I remember learning that trick from some TV special when I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. And so I tried it out with my camcorder, where it's like, you can make it look like you're standing on your countertop. Oh, Jesus.
Get the remote.
Get rid of that.
Turn that sound down.
Get rid of it.
The remote right there.
That startled me.
It should.
Just keep turning it down. Don't stop.
There we go.
Don't stop. Turning that sound down.
Vegan economist says Eastern Hemisphere in the house.
Yo, what's up, y'all? European dog.
Also,
Not that you're a European dog. Oh my God,
God.
no, that's,
Yeah, you just called
that's not
everybody
what
a
I
dog.
mean. That's not what I mean. I was talking hip hop.
don't ever try to talk hip hop again. Is I guess my. Also, I'm finally done with my exams for the semester, and I'm buying Space Cop tomorrow. Can I have my digital copy signed?
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
You can have it
I don't know
signed-
how you plan on doing it, but you
signed
can do it.
digitally.
Yeah.
We'll give you a text file that has our names typed in it.
Ooh, there
In
you go.
Comic Sans.
What items do I have?
I like how all of your Psy soldiers' hair turns white. That's fun. That's a fun.
Their eyes are
bit.
purple too, I believe.
Oh yeah. Dude, you got weapon upgrades. Why aren't you using them?
I could. Because I just got, I was holding off on rejiggering my upgrades because I just got the Continent perk that lets you switch them out without losing the old ones. So I just got that now, and that was like the first thing I was going to do.
Nice.
The question is, do you want to watch me spend 10 minutes? You get that.
Yeah, we're just chatting anyway.
Their guns look like scaffolding.
They do.
The front of the guns look like scaffolding.
All of the mid-tier, I've got like the mid-tier weapons and armor, and I think that all deliberately looks janky. I think it's part running joke and part it's supposed to be. They're not quite there yet.
Okay.
You don't have the good stuff yet.
And see, I like that look. That looks to me like hodgepodge weaponry. You know, just pipes and wires everywhere.
Sure.
The
Got this,
highest,
but I can't afford it yet.
the highest tier of weapons looks too smooth. It almost looks like a Nerf
They
gun.
look really sexy.
That's not
Really
no.
sexy.
They look like Nerf guns.
You can make your guns bright yellow. You can do that.
Now I'm gonna give all of my warriors Nerf guns.
I saw a screenshot online. I'm like, this guy's got his troops using Nerf guns.
That sounds great. No, mostly Jay, they're wondering why you hate the Martian so much. The chat is.
I don't hate it. I just didn't like it. There was no tension to anything, and Matt Damon sucked.
We were just chatting about this right before the stream started. The Martian is an incredibly boring movie.
Yeah.
Either way, we can't.
Oh boy, I better figure out how to solve this problem. Okay, I did it. Wow, that was tense. I'm really rooting for this guy.
Yep. Yep.
And that's all there is. That's the problem. That's all it is.
That's the
There's
whole
nothing else
thing.
going on in the movie that would make it interesting.
So spoiler alert. I'm about to spoil The Martian. And by the way, if you see the Martian, you know exactly what will happen. So I hesitate to even call it a spoiler warning.
Sure.
But you know, his Matt Damon gets left on Mars, and his crew starts sailing away, and they're really bummed about having to leave Matt Damon.
Yes.
My God!
And as soon as we learn that he's still alive, and that the NASA doesn't want to tell those astronauts, everybody in the theater, I could hear them go, "Oh," because an hour and a half before it happened, everyone knew that those people were turning around to go get Matt Damon.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
It's the dumbest.
I haven't read the book. I've heard the book's good. I'm assuming the book fleshes things out a little bit more.
I could see the book being really good, like taking up that personal space. Look at that haircut. Look at that. Ah, that's hot. Boom.
That's a reference to the 1993 original. That goofy hair.
Bill LaHecca says, "Hooray for the European stream. I'm in upstate New York, but hey, I'll tip you the equivalent of €2, which is $2.20, by the way."
Ooh, 20 cents more. Huh?
Oh.
Cha-ching.
Ooh.
The Real Veon says, "Jay, I didn't know about getting my Space Cop disc signed when I first ordered it. If I send it to you guys with return shipping, will you sign it for me?"
Sure.
Sure. There's probably like a really easy way to just send the
I would say, yeah, just send the sleeve. It'd be
send the
cheaper.
sleeve, and it'll probably be cheaper, and then we can send that back to you. Absolutely. The Real Veon. What's up with the euro? What is up with the euro? I don't know.
What's up with the Canadian dollar? Isn't it super weak right now?
Super weak right now.
That's unfortunate.
They just got a new prime minister
My
in Canada,
God!
and some people are really happy about their new prime minister. Other people are not so happy about their new prime minister.
Oh, so it's like any leadership in any country?
Yes.
It's very insightful, Jack. Very insightful political discussion.
That's about as deep as I'm going to go political. He's a liberal, and so liberal people seem to really like him.
That's
But
usually how it works. Yeah.
conservative people don't like him at all.
This is an amazing
Yeah.
observation.
Yeah, I know.
Why don't we talk about politics more?
That's why.
It's so riveting.
That's why. The poor Canadian dollar is why I haven't bought Space Cop yet.
Yeah, we've heard that before. I'm sorry.
Do businesses in Milwaukee still accept Canadian currency? I don't know if they ever
I
did.
don't think they ever did. I wouldn't
Usually
imagine.
you don't accept currencies from other countries. Do Canadians still accept American currency? Of course they do. $1 American dollar? Let me show you around. I'm French Canadian. Yes, we did see that. Did you read the shocking Batman v Superman revelation?
Yeah. But it's not going to be the theatrical release, right?
No.
Okay. Just the whatever the
The
home-
Blu-ray, but they went out of their way. So for anyone who doesn't know,
I don't know.
Rich Evans does not know. Warner Brothers announced specifically that the Blu-ray director's cut of Batman vs Superman will be rated R,
Oh,
which has nothing to do with how well Deadpool did in the box office.
but they're playing it safe though. The Blu-ray.
Yeah. And it certainly has nothing to do with how the movie probably won't do as well as people are thinking.
We have to. Deadpool did really well. We have to add in a scene where Superman crushes somebody's skull.
Well, that's the thing is, like, I know the movie was filmed with the intention of it being PG-13
Yeah.
at most, because that's Man of Steel. That's the tradition of comic book movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if they just like are digitally adding like bones crunching to the fights for the Blu-ray release, because I can't imagine it was originally intended to be. Unless, I mean, I guess there's the possibility they submitted it to the MPAA and
Yeah.
it got an R rating. And then they weren't planning on that, and it just happened, and then they had to tone it down from there.
That is an impossibility.
No, it's a possibility. There are movies where that happens too.
Well, I think it would be more likely that a cut was submitted to Warner Brothers, and they, just knowing what the MPAA would rate it, asked to tone it down. If
If it is something that wasn't decided in the wake of Deadpool, where like, let's add in some digital blood spurts.
Yep.
That's the most likely scenario, but who knows?
Right? It's sad, is what it is. Superman. The Superman I know and love is not an R-rated movie.
No. There's no... I mean, it's a Batman movie, too, and I can see Batman working as an R, I guess.
You know what? I guess that's
The Dark
true.
Knight is close to an R. I mean, it looks... That's a movie where I think it probably did get an R, and they had to trim it down, because there's a couple really awkward edits in that movie.
Sure.
Like when he cuts Michael Jai White's mouth, you know, I got those scars bit.
Oh, yeah.
There's an awkward cutaway where it completely loses any of its impact. And the pencil bit. So I think that might have been like close to potentially getting an R, and so they trimmed it down.
But this isn't Dark Knight Batman. This is new Batman. This is, you know.
Sure, but they're going off of the model of dark, grim, violent Batman.
That's true. That's true. Let's see here. Forrest. Oh wait, nope, not you. Van Pastel says, hello from Spain. Just wanted to say thanks for all the hours of entertainment you give us. LOL Fola Mi Pola.
LOL, fola mi pola.
Fola Mi Pola. Hopefully that means fuck my cock. Forrest Goblin says, Jay, what did you think of Sicario?
Sicario? I'm assuming he's talking about Sicario?
I mean, Sicario is what it says. I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's because you just read something in Spanish.
Oh, that's
and
right.
it fucked your brain.
Okay.
It's understandable.
I thought Sicario was good. I like that director a lot. Have you seen Enemy or Prisoners?
No, you have mentioned that.
Enemy is like... I was disappointed in Sicario because... I mean, it's a fine movie, but Enemy is like... That's my type of movie. Like, it's abstract and weird. You can still follow what's happening, and there's still a story, but it's a little more experimental, and Sicario's very straightforward. It's good at what it does, but I don't have much of an interest in the subject matter, which is the drug cartel.
Oh,
so
sure.
it's a good movie, though. Emily Blunt's great in it, and I like the score. And Benicio del Toro's really good. So.
Right off the bat, huh? All right.
When is Benicio del Toro not good?
That's true.
He's always good. Never not good, Benicio del Toro.
I should have grenaded.
Also, turn the stream tip announcement off. It's so annoying, you assholes.
It's so annoying.
It's so annoying, you assholes. Savadro says, I, for one, welcome our new Trump overlord.
Oh, no.
Some people who agree with Donald Trump like him. Other people who disagree with Donald Trump do not like him.
That's true.
Discuss.
I would say normally things politically aren't that black and white, but I think when it comes to him, it is pretty much that black and white.
Yeah. I think it's not a very political statement to say that Trump is a very polarizing figure. Just this guy who now says, Jay, could you please say watching you fail will give me what you humans call a huge boner. Thanks.
I already said it. It's in the movie. You can just watch the scene in the movie.
Are you presuming I'm going to fail, chat?
Yeah, I think the chat is.
Yeah.
Listen, you haven't had the best showings, Rich. So far. You are playing on Commander difficulty. Let's see here. Anonymous says, thanks for the stream. Question. Arnold was a governor. Trump was a game show host and might be president. Which of today's young celebrities could you see as a future politician? You know what? That's a fair question.
I guess it's all fair game at this point. Who's the worst? Who's the worst, most obnoxious child star right now? That's who it will be.
Macaulay Culkin.
He's not the worst. He's fine.
Oh no, I'm just saying like Macaulay Culkin is who's next.
Something that random. You
Just
mean?
something that random. He went from child actor to pizza themed Dandy Warhol's cover band.
Dandy Warhols. Velvet
Underground. Sorry. To politician. That's his arc as a person.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
I'm going.
John Kilo says John Kilo says this donation is to annoy the chat. I also never would have thought that Arnold would become a politician. Also a conservative politician because Maria Shriver is very liberal. His wife. They're not married
They're not married anymore.
His
So
wife-
that worked out well for him.
His wife at the time is still very liberal, and he was a conservative politician. Let's see here. Your friendly bartender says, "Hey guys, thanks for starting so early, 10 p.m. here in Poland. Quick question: adjusted for inflation, Aliens cost about 39 million. Really?
That's it?
I'm waiting for the question.
Oh no, I was just taking, I was just taking that in. Everybody, take that in.
That sounds about right. That sounds, yeah.
Does that mean that it's only half as good as Jack and Jill?
Well, that's how the quality of a movie works, is it's all about the budget. The higher the budget, the better the movie. We know this.
You can't dispute facts.
Yeah.
Of course.
Why would they spend more if it wasn't going to be better?
Right? It's shocking, though, that even adjusted for inflation, the movie is that...
I would think it would be
Cheap.
higher than that. Yeah. What was the budget for Deadpool? I know it was pretty. It wasn't very high. It was like 60 to 80 million, somewhere in there.
Is that it?
Something like that. I
I
know it was pretty low.
I know reports are that Ryan Reynolds only made $2 million on the front end.
Okay.
And
But
then
he had
got-
some sort of back end deal, I'm assuming. and
Oh
now
yeah, he
he's-
got a piece of the box office, and man, that's working out great for him.
Yeah, I've never really cared much for that Ryan Reynolds until in this Deadpool movie. And it's like I think he's pretty good in the movie, but also just like how passionate he was about getting it made,
Yep.
and hearing that he didn't take much of a salary for it.
He just
was really passionate about Deadpool.
He liked that Deadpool character and really hated how he was portrayed in the one movie he got to be in.
That must have been disappointing to be like, oh, I'm going to play Deadpool in this movie.
Oh, it's a
What are they
Wolverine
doing to
movie
me?
with Deadpool. Wait, why do I have lasers coming out of my eyes? Is that a?
Those other X-Men movies are so great. I can't wait to be Deadpool in the new X-Men movie.
Oh my God! Could you
Oh.
imagine the heartbreak?
Yeah.
The heartbreak. Anonymous. Hey guys, for the next 3 of Rich Evans' attacks, can you please give a play-by-play of his shots in the voice of someone announcing for professional golf? Well, sure.
Is that guy laying in a pool of his own shit?
Yes.
Alien blood is weird colors.
Alien blood is shit.
I prefer to think of it as shit, as he shit his alien pants. And they're very tight pants, so it just went all over. Okay, so Rich, what we have here, Rich is slowly he's extracting the VIP, as you can see. Very important to keep your VIP safe in these situations. What we have here is not too many Advent troops. We got a couple sectoids, and of course the Roman god of flight. What is that one called?
Archon.
An Archon. So we have 2 sectoids and an Archon. Formidable opponents. Can Rich? Oh no. And what you're seeing right here is Rich Evans getting fucked. We have a second Archon and 2 glitches. That makes 2 sectoids, 2 Archons, 2 glitches.
This is totally something I can work with.
Rich Evans is going to either get fucked or get fucked harder, and I can't wait to see which happens next.
Codex.
What?
Codex. This teleporting motherfuckers.
They're called codex?
Yeah.
Oh, I always thought they were called glitches. That's what I've been referring to them as.
No problem,
Glitches.
boss.
What is the character pool option? I'm seeing someone ask if we use the character pool option.
You can make your own characters, put them in the character pool, and then they can show up randomly in other games.
Oh, that's neat.
I got Bradford once that way because he's in like a developer
Oh, okay.
kind of pre-made pool.
No, and
He
I
did
haven't.
well.
Oh well, I would hope so. He's your right hand man.
Closing on target position now.
Jay, you do know that Neil Breen follows you on Twitter, right?
I do. I got a notification when he started following me, and it was the happiest moment of my life.
What a sad, pathetic life.
No, that's
All the highlights of my life happen on Twitter now, apparently, because I solved the Lorene Landon for Maniac Cop being in Drive
Yep.
situation thanks to the help of people that follow me.
I just saw another brilliant Neil Breen retweet the other day. I think Movie Dicks retweeted, and his tweet was, "Not yet."
For anyone that doesn't know, Neil Breen has Twitter, and he doesn't know how to use it. So if someone like asks him a question, like at Neil Breen, and asks him a question, he just tweets an answer, but not in reply to that person. So it never has any connection to anything, and it's the best.
So he'll just tweet about 3 or 4 days,
Yeah.
and you have no idea what the question was.
My favorite is just, I retweeted where he just said, no.
Neil Breen is a genius and an entrepreneur. He can't be expected to know how Twitter works, okay? I love that.
No.
No. About an hour and a half.
Light 'em up.
Let's see here. Jay, who would be your dream cameo a la Patton Oswalt in the next RLM feature?
Oh my god! I don't know. There's a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons.
Yeah.
I get more excited. Like, I'm not the type of person that gets starstruck or is, like, excited to meet celebrities or anything, because they're just people. I get excited for more, like, weird people. You
Sure.
know?
Sure.
Like, when Max Landis was in town, he mentioned that he knew the people that played the computer hackers in Deadliest Prey. And I got very excited about that. I was like, that's awesome!
Candy Girl.
That Candy Girl. True dat.
True dat.
So that kind of thing I get more excited about than like larger celebrities.
Sure.
Here, catch.
Rich is going for the Hail Mary grenade toss maneuver here. He is fortunate that he gets to blow up 2 people with 1 grenade. Oh, and it's an incendiary grenade too, so that's going to halter enemy movement. Again, Rich Evans grasping. Oh my god! Really, you know, I would just say just for anybody. It's just fun working with new people.
It is, especially people that get it.
Patton Oswalt got it immediately.
Oh yeah, he knew what we were doing.
He knows what's up. I wasn't there when Tim Heidecker was
Nope.
here.
He got it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he knows.
He's just the type of person to get it.
And that's really the type of people you want to... Instead of like where you have to explain the joke or explain the tone of it and they just don't understand.
Yep.
Or you go the other route and you get someone specifically because you know they won't understand what you're doing, like a Neil Breen. And that could be fun too.
Let's see here. November Tango 19. Sorry, I got a little behind on tips. November Tango 19 says, love all of you guys. Jay, please stay out of Washington State. My girlfriend has stated openly that she will leave me for your beard.
It's just the beard?
Just the beard?
Okay. I can't control what the beard does. Sometimes it goes to random states on its own, and I don't even know about it till the next morning. So, if it makes its way to Washington State, you're screwed.
You just wake up and you feel smooth. Oh my god. Oh god.
Yeah.
You get a drunken phone call.
No, it's always back before I wake up.
Oh, that's good.
It's the weirdest thing.
How does it travel so fast? Let's see. Anonymous wants to know, can we comment on the Tex Montana Kickstarter?
So you don't know what that is?
I have no idea what that is. Their goal is 50,000. Then they're releasing the movie to everyone.
Yeah, for free under Creative Commons.
What is it?
It's a movie made. It's old friends of ours. They made a movie a couple years ago called The Battery, which is a really great zombie movie. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. I think it's on Hulu right now. But they're currently doing a Kickstarter for their next movie, which is it's already shot, it's already finished, and instead of going the route of submitting it to film festivals and getting a distributor and that whole thing that takes years and years and years, where you don't make any money for years and years and years, they're doing a Kickstarter to just release it right now under Creative Commons, and then it's for free on YouTube, on torrents, everywhere, completely for free.
Oh.
And having the money all at once right up front will allow them more time to time and money to get away from their day job to make another movie. So that's what they're currently doing. And I think they have like 2 days left.
Sure.
They're pretty close. I think they'll make it, but they're super talented guys. So
I think that's the way to do it. If you are doing a crowdfunding movie thing, to say once the movie's made, everyone can watch it.
yeah,
I think that's the smart way to go about that.
I have very mixed, complicated feelings about Kickstarter, but this is an interesting use of it, and I'm sure the movie's going to be really funny because those guys are hilarious.
Well, there you go.
The Battery's not hilarious because it's not a comedy. But it has funny moments, but it's a really good movie.
Also, Jay, can you comment on Torgo and the Quest for Fuck?
That's the Tex Montana guys are in that. That's the thing we made in a hotel room at a film festival once, and it's horrible.
How do people track down these things?
They find this stuff.
The internet does not forget.
Yeah, if it was ever on the internet, people know about it.
Heading out.
Let's see here. We talked about this a little bit. Benji Bilderman says, guys, how do you feel about the fair use battle being fought on YouTube at the moment? The Nostalgia Critic even started a hashtag about it. Well, then the problem's solved.
That's how you solve problems, is with hashtags.
You start a trending hashtag and you got yourself a victory. I'm sorry to be snide.
It's I mean, it's the hashtags that are raise awareness. I get it.
Yeah. I think we've talked about this before. I'll start with this one, which is I don't care. Previously recorded has been hit with a metric fuck ton of copyright claims. Some of them valid, some of them not. I would prefer working within the system because I remember what it was like before YouTube. I remember what it was like embedding a 140 by 58 pixel video in Real Player on your web page.
Oh, Real Player. Yeah. I still have a folder of all my old Real Player videos from the olden days.
YouTube is a private business, and they can do whatever the hell they want. Fair use does not apply to YouTube. Like, I don't care if it's in YouTube's user agreement or whatnot. YouTube can and does take down any video it wants because it can. It's a private business.
Yeah, no one's going to deny that their copyright system is fucked up.
100%.
I just thought it was funny because your gun was right up in his face, and it's like,
Oh.
what if it was 99%? You still missed. Oh yeah, no, and
No one's going to deny it's fucked up, but as you said, it's a private business and they can do what they want.
Yep.
Plus, a lot of people that I've seen that try to use the fair use claim don't fully understand fair use.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I'm not gonna shit on anybody, but I'm just saying in general, people like to use that as a blanket statement when it doesn't always apply.
Right.
Oh my
But they use it because it directly affects them.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed. The real problem, as I see it, is YouTube has been. We have a vicious cycle happening right now, where when YouTube switched over to ads, their ads weren't great, and they were a little intrusive. And what happened was the user base reacted to that by switching to ad blockers.
Well, fuck.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And then what happens when you are a viewer using ad blocker, you no longer count in the YouTube system. And so YouTube kind of doubled down and sided with all the claimants and sided with the big corporations who are paying them to run those ads instead of, say, siding with the viewers who are using ad blockers, which makes perfect sense from a business standpoint.
Oh my
And I know what you're saying. But what about the content creators? Don't they factor into this formula? And I hope you're ready for a big shocker, everybody. Because we don't. Content creators are the most expendable, interchangeable part of the YouTube system. For every amazing video discussing and breaking down a movie, there's a cat video that gets 10 times the views. There's a music video that gets 100 times the views. We mean nothing to YouTube. And we're replaceable, we're expendable, so that's why we don't factor in. We get lost in the shuffle from corporations and users using ad block.
And that's why the whole system, as far as like copyright claims and stuff go, is automated. Because YouTube cares so little.
Yes.
It's like the bots pick something up and they flag it. You can be upset about it because it does suck and
Yeah.
it's a fucked up system, but
Absolutely.
No one left behind.
that's just the way it is.
Nice, Rich. It is. It is the way it is, and I want a better system, and I really think that in order to get a better system, we need the majority of users to ditch ad block, so we can use those metrics to creators' favors. But I don't see that. I don't see that happening, because once people get something for free, that's all they wanted. They want it for free from now on. Even time, like I'm not spending 30 seconds watching an ad. Fuck that. I want to watch this video now.
Good to go.
Maybe there'll be a better system one of these days.
It's a complicated
Whatever you say.
system and a complicated problem that is kind of being reduced to something overly simplistic
Yeah,
with some of the discussion that's been going on lately.
that's a good way to put it.
That's it.
That's it. The general moral of the story is, if you want to actually argue fair use, you need to buy and maintain your own server and host your own videos on that server. Then you can do whatever you want. You can put up any video you want there. You can deal with all of the copyright claims with your own lawyers. Oh wait, do you see the problem?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm very behind on tips. This is something that I'm passionate about.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Tabori HK says, Jack, Arrow question. All right, I'm with you.
Are you really?
I'm with you. I watched the Arrow. Were you as embarrassed as I was by the warehouse in season 3 that they tried to pretend was Hong Kong? You just can't be surprised by their poor production value. Sure, the warehouse is Hong Kong. Nope, now they're on an island in the middle of the Pacific. It doesn't matter. It's poor production value all around. And
It's TV.
it's TV, exactly.
Good copy. Moving on.
It's all par for the course. Oots be.
It's a superhero that, nobody really gives a shit about.
The Arrow?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who is the Arrow? I don't know
the
anything about
Green Arrow.
Oh, the Green Arrow?
The Green Arrow.
Oh, but the show's just called Arrow?
The show's just called Arrow.
Okay.
There was.
He's ironically a lamer Hawkeye, despite the fact that Green Arrow came first.
Okay.
He's a lamer version of Hawkeye and Batman. Literally, in the show The Arrow, season 1 was a ripoff of Batman Begins, in which a terrorist organization wanted to level his city to end the greed and corruption and whatnot, and he tried to stop that, which is the exact same plot as
The character is a ripoff of Batman. He was a millionaire playboy who fights crime in a costume by night.
and is upset because his parents died. Yes.
Overwatch.
It got even more absurd with the Batman mirrors when in season 2, he was married to the daughter of Ra's al Ghul and was slated to take over the League of Assassins, just like what happened in Batman. It's so lame, but I love it. We've discussed my unnatural love of the Arrow. And
You hate watch.
I hate watch it. Ootsby says, can you lower the tip notification volume or get your mics up, please? It's painful to listen to right now. Yes, Rich.
Didn't we do something about that?
Yeah, can you alt-tab? We'll check on that. I will check on that right now, Ootsby. Give me one moment. Go to your mixer. Ooh, my battery's running low. There you go. Yep. Perfect. All right. From now on, the tip notification should be lowered. Sorry about that.
Tell us if it's not lowered.
Yeah, it should be.
I want to know. I don't know if that method works. I am skeptical.
I think last time it did, but we'll double check again. Okay, let's say here. Cleverlyson says, hello guys, thanks for broadcasting in my time zone. Rich got me into XCOM 1 when I watched a really early stream long ago, and so XCOM 2, keep it up, assholes. That's all.
Thank you. I'm glad to spread the love. The love and pain. I lost my psychic, my only psychic.
Oh.
That was our first mission.
Oh, that's always a shame.
Yeah.
When I got my first psychic, I gave her like all of the armor and all of the best weapons, just because like I didn't even know what her powers did, and it's just like I just want to know what they do. I had a shot at an alien, but like I also could have just used my regular gun. It's like, do I use her special powers? What if I don't kill the alien and she dies? But then I'll never know what her powers do because I'll just use the gun. It's great.
They're on that fucking roof, aren't they? They're on the roof.
Of course they're on the roof. That's the place to be. Let's see. Sorry, where am I? Crowbot55, can you please turn down the donation alert volume? It's obnoxiously loud, and many people are complaining about it in the chat. Yes, we've turned it down. Clicky Click says, oh my god, and Clicky Click says, another one. There you go. There you go. That sounds significantly quieter to us.
Chat, was that quieter to you, which is the important thing?
That is the important thing. November Tango 19 says, I just want to say how wrong you guys are about the Green Arrow, who's fucking awesome, and how Hawkeye is as boring and B-list as the actor that plays him.
Ooh, Jeremy Renner, diss. Come on, you didn't love him in National Lampoon's Senior Trip?
Oh, everybody's saying much quieter, much better, much quieter, much better. Great. There you go. Sorry about that, everybody. It must have defaulted back to normal volume when the computer restarted. We will remember to do that from now on. Now it's perfect. People are even saying it's too quiet now, which is ridiculous. It's fine. No, you know what? Here's the thing about the Green Arrow. Here's the perfect example of why it's such a lame show. So he in season 1 he comes back to his city.
How many seasons has it been on?
I think it's in its 3rd.
Okay.
Maybe even 4th.
Oh my god.
I just watch it. I don't know. He comes back and he's the vigilante. Like, you know, they haven't given him his nickname yet, right? He's just the vigilante.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to stop that vigilante. He's killing people. And then he like rebrands himself. And even though he doesn't wear anything different and he still fights crime with a bow and arrow, they start calling him the Hood and the Arrow, right?
Okay.
It's like, okay, now he's the Hood, now he's the Arrow. But then he has to like really reinvent himself. So he's no longer the vigilante. He's no longer the Arrow, and he gives a press conference as the Arrow with his Robin Hood hood,
Yeah.
and everything. And he says, I am the Arrow no longer. I am here to protect this city. I will now be known as the Green Arrow. I'm not the Arrow anymore.
I added a color.
I'm the Green Arrow, and
Nah.
that's different. Fucking lame. Fucking lame. Gobbledygooks. Awesome early Euro stream. Thanks, guys. Did you know the Green Arrow is a playable character in DC Universe Online for the PS4? It's free, you fucks. Gobbledygooks. You always get us with that.
Gets you, maybe. I expected.
I like it. I never remember that DC Universe Online for the PS4 is free. You fucks. He's been trying to get us to play that game for a while.
Okay.
And I just don't think it's going to happen.
Is it a fighter game?
It's like a superhero MMO, multi open world.
Oh, okay.
Massively online multiplayer game.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Pardon me. Extremely Ordinary Stefan. Or Stefan. Hey guys, Rich, you already talked about your love for Preacher, but what are your thoughts on Transmetropolitan?
Never read it. Probably should.
Oh. And they say, next to Preacher, it's one of my favorite books of all times. Greetings from Germany. We're from German.
Guten Tag.
We're from Germany. And we used to have a wall, and now we don't anymore. My.
I had 2 years of German in high school.
Yeah.
All I remember is Guten Tag. Guten Tag and Schweinhund. Which I won't call you Schweinhund.
Ah, there you go.
Is that a dirty word?
Schweinhund.
Not by our standards.
Okay.
Pig dog. Calling somebody a pig dog.
You capitalist.
They're both noble animals, in my opinion.
There's a lot worse things you can call someone than a combination of a pig and a dog.
Nah. You are a capitalist pig. Pig dog. Yeah, you don't need to watch. You don't need to. In reading the chat, you don't need to watch The Arrow to enjoy The Flash. And I think the Flash isn't actually a good show. It's still a little cheesy, but it's comfortable with its cheese, and I think that's really important. You know, so it's a little lighter tone.
It's not trying to be grander than its budget allows.
Exactly. It's fun. I want to say this week's episode, which I haven't seen yet, they are literally fighting a street shark. Do you remember the street shark?
I do.
Yeah. There's a character in the DC universe that is essentially a street shark.
Okay.
And the Flash is fighting him. And I kind of love that. But you don't have to watch
Street Sharks. Was it a cartoon first or a toy line first?
Street Sharks?
Yeah.
a toy line first, I think.
It was a toy line
It
first,
was
and
a-
then they made the cartoon?
I've never heard of Street Sharks.
It
It
was
was
at
like
the
90s?
tail end of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle craze.
The very tail end, yeah.
They tried to make a bunch of those shows that like were just mutant teenage something.
There was a hamster one.
I remember Biker Mice from Mars.
No, that's what I'm thinking of. Not hamsters. Biker Mice from Mars, yeah.
Yeah. Biker Mice from Mars.
They turned the Toxic Avenger into a Saturday morning cartoon. One of the most violent, disgusting movies of the 80s,
All of a
That's why
sudden,
the 80s were great.
where a child gets his head crushed by a car.
hey, look, they made a movie of that cartoon I like. Mommy, can we rent it? Well, if it's based off of a cartoon.
Oh, yeah, they tried to turn the Toxic Avenger into a Ninja Turtles type thing. He had a
Yeah.
whole team of friends with him.
When did having an R rating become a big deal? Kids can't see this. I saw RoboCop in the theater. I was fine. I fucking loved it. Yeah, look at how many times that guy got shot. Did you see that guy melt?
The only thing that really fucked me up in that movie was the toxic waste melting man.
That was great.
yeah.
It was great. I loved it, but I was still like freaked out by it. But the rest of the violence in that movie, I don't remember really bothering me all that much as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic Avenger bothered me more. It's not as violent of a movie overall, but the violence was creepier and weirder. Like the idea, and it was supposed to be a comedy, which I didn't get because I was like, how can it be a comedy when there's all this gore? That movie really fucked with my brain.
Wait, Toxic Avenger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought for some reason I thought you were still in RoboCop, and I was like,
Oh,
wait,
no. I understood RoboCop. I
who
was
said
like, this is
RoboCop
hilarious.
was supposed to be a comedy?
It's not supposed to be a comedy, but it's tongue in cheek and it's hilarious.
Right.
Look, Chad, for all of my issues, being affected horribly by violence was not one of them. I go out of my way. I go out of my way not to step on ants. And And I think both of you have seen me catch bugs in like a cup
Yeah.
and let them go outside rather
Yeah.
than squish the bug.
But that's weird.
But I'm not somebody who takes sick pleasure in violence because I watched R-rated movies.
Right, you're not like, say, exploding varmints for fun and profit.
Right.
Right. Agreed. Kool-Aid Man, question for Jay. Oh, an important question that we have not yet resolved today. Jay, have you seen?
No.
Have you seen
I
The Witch?
haven't seen The Witch yet.
We haven't stood up yet, so you haven't been able to.
I haven't announced.
You
I
haven't
have
been
not
able
seen
to
The Witch yet.
announce.
I haven't seen The Witch yet. I really want to. It looks right up my alley. It looks like my type of horror movie, but I haven't had a chance to see it.
Oh, okay, great.
Hopefully later this week.
That wasn't a clap, by the way. That was me, like, brushing my hands.
Because he did a good job.
Yeah.
You did a good
And,
job.
I took care of that. Yeah.
You did a good job there, Rich. You lost a guy, but you're playing on a hard difficulty. Hello. Oh, this is the guy.
Commander.
Oh, he's not going to talk.
He said you didn't hear it. He said, "Good work, Commander," or something like that.
Oh, I just wanted Jay to hear his voice. Commander, this month you've been mediocre. The council is proposing we terminate your employment. Commander.
Tell me more.
Biff, meat, slab. Jay, the Twin Peaks book written by Mark Frost that leads up to the next season is up for pre-order. Are you gonna check it out or just wait for the show? Salutations from Arizona.
I don't know. I haven't read much about what the book is about, as far as if it's trying to catch you up to speed on what has happened in the last 20 years or whatever. So I have to find out what exactly the book is about first before I decide if I want to read it before watching the show. My first instinct is to just wait for the show, but I haven't looked into the book too much, so I don't know what it's about.
Oh, well, there you go.
Is there a tip you missed?
Did I miss a tip?
Or is there one that was... Somebody said you didn't read somebody's tip, but it might have been two...
Oh, it was a little one, but you guys might not know the tip rule. Usually we only read the tips if it's $2 or more.
We have to find a way to set to not like alert or something.
Oh, I know.
When it's
there's a lot of things we got to do.
under two.
Here's a little something for Dick and the boys. Quick question. As an aspiring George Lucas, I'd like to ask where my boy Richard got the beard for his classic George cosplay. Thanks for all the laughs, guys.
Well, I didn't buy the beard, so...
I got the beard. It was just at a costume shop in Milwaukee.
Does it have a name? Is it a...
What, the costume
It's
shop?
like a greaser beard or something. Or...
Oh, no, the wig.
Yeah, that was the wig. That was the
wig
wig.
was like a greaser wig that we spray painted gray, and then the beard is just a beard from a costume shop.
They have nice beard. Like, it's not one of those, like, elastic back beards.
No, you have to glue it on with spirit gum.
Yeah.
It's a quality fake beard.
Yeah.
Not top of the line, but right in the middle.
If you
It's
have
not a cheapo one.
a costume store, you have to go somewhere a little above a Halloween store.
Yeah, you don't want to go to like a Bart's Party Supply or a place like that. I don't even know. Is Bart's a regional? I don't even know if that's a nationwide thing, but
Did you go to Miller and Campbell?
yeah.
Yeah, they're great.
You got to go to a quality costume shop.
Something we should bring up. Something important we should bring up.
Something important we should bring up.
We have an email address that people can send questions to, right?
Oh, yes. Yeah, go ahead.
What is going on is we are actually going to have an interview with some of the devs of XCOM 2. Who was it? The lead producer
Lead producer.
and lead art designer. Yeah, give me for sure who it is, because I just found out before we streamed, so I don't remember who it was yet.
Greg and Greg and Garth
How
from
do you spell it?
Firaxis Games.
G-A-R?
Yeah, not Garth, Garth.
Okay.
Greg and Garth from Firaxis Games. Greg is the lead producer. Garth is the lead art director. We are going to interview them because of their involvement in XCOM 2. And if you guys would like to ask them a question, either tweet at us at previouslyrec, and we'll write them down, or email us prerec@redlettermedia.com, and I'll send out a tweet the day of to get more questions. But thanks to our good friend Kevin over at Firaxis, hooked us up with an interview. We're very excited to talk to them. Rich has some hard questions. gonna demand answers.
No, what's gonna happen is we're gonna do the interview, and I'm gonna totally blank out, and it's gonna be sitting there awkwardly for like 20 minutes before we say anything, and it's gonna be like idle chit chat, and it's gonna be the worst thing ever.
Well, that sounds great.
Everybody involved is going to regret it.
Yep. Rich is gonna be like,
I like
timers,
the game.
timers.
Timer? Timers? Yes, it's timers.
It's gonna be fine. So if you have any questions that you would like us to ask the developers, send us an email or a tweet, and we will make sure we do so.
Maybe.
If it's a good question.
How big is your cock? We're probably not going to ask that question.
Probably not.
Why do you suck so much?
Oh.
Yo.
I do want to ask them, because a big thing about this game as compared to the first one is these timed missions, the countdown timer, right? And one of the most popular mods for the game is removing the countdown timer. So I'd love to ask them, just as a game developer, this is something you thought was important to the game, but people don't like it. And, how do you react to something like that? How does that make you feel?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I like that.
You like that question?
I like that question.
I'm excited to pick their brain a little bit. I even wrote a theme song.
Nope.
You
You can sing it now because it won't be in the
You
video.
can sing it now because the theme song's been vetoed by everybody.
People who haven't even heard it yet are like, nope.
I thought it was a good theme song. I thought we'd have like a little fun intro, and it would go do 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 Jack and Rich talk about games with the people who make the games, and like it would kind of end a little awkwardly. And I thought that it would be a really funny and quirky little theme song. Rich and Jay did not like it. Jack and Rich talk about games with the people who make the games. Dun 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 dun. Anyway. Anyway. Anonymous says, Jay, are you a fan of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Yeah. I don't watch it regularly, but every once in a while I'll watch an episode or two on Netflix. It's not a show you can binge watch. Have you ever watched it?
Of course.
Because it gets a little tiresome after like 2 episodes because it's just like them constantly yelling at each other and fucking up. It's fun in small doses.
It's always funny, but I agree.
You can't watch it too many in a row or it gets tiring. But I like it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is an expensive upgrade. Oh my god.
What is?
The upgraded Scilab.
Oh.
It's 225 supplies.
Ooh. Pardon me. To finish that thought, Guillermo del Toro was in last week's episode as Pappy McPoyle.
Guillermo del Toro? That's interesting.
It's a great show. Great show, and the people involved are great.
Yeah. Well, didn't the show start like they just shot their own pilot?
Yep.
Like for free. Mm-hmm. Like that's great.
It was just something they wanted to make. They're also like the ones that shoot the show.
Yeah. They're all involved creatively.
Mm-hmm. It's great.
Good for them.
Good for them. Anonymous says, here's £2. Longtime prereq viewer, but my first live stream. More Euro-friendly streams, please. LOL, Sung Ming Cook. Thanks, Anonymous. We should make this a regular thing.
Yeah.
As many people ask for it. Maybe some sort of monthly Euro rec.
I'd say Sundays are generally better as far as other things going on.
Sure.
In terms of having earlier streams.
Yeah, but
in general.
But then, like, competing with, like, American football.
Ah.
But the Europeans won't care.
Oh, yeah, they wouldn't care anyway.
There you go. Done. Lost in Technicolor says, thanks for the Euro-friendly stream. I can finally watch from Waco, Texas. In Central Europe. What? Jay, I just watched Room. It was
Oh, yeah.
great.
Room is great.
I thought The Revenant was an emotional experience, not anymore,
Okay.
as compared to Room.
Snow.
Room is a much better
Unemotional
movie dramatically.
experience.
Different type of movie, of course, but I was surprised by how much I liked Room.
You got 3 bits.
People like my. I've not many, but I've seen a couple people like my theme song.
I'm sure it was out of pity.
I'm sure it was out of pity. Do do do. With the people who make the games.
How much time did you spend on that?
All day on that. I think.
The last week.
That's something.
Yep.
That's sure something. Yep. Oh, uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah, The Room. That's the problem with the movie Room. It sounds just like The Room.
That's exactly the problem.
Whenever you say Room, people are going to think of the Tommy Wiseau movie.
Yeah. Reiner, enjoying the banter, fellas. Keep it up. I'm going to be getting some friends together to watch Space Cop soon. Looking forward to it. I find that Space Cop is best if viewed alone, mostly drunk. You need to be mostly drunk, kind of sleepy, viewed alone.
Kind of sleepy.
That's the optimal Space Cop viewing.
Blindfold with earplugs.
Well, that's the way you should watch
That's the
most
way-
movies.
yeah.
Most movies.
That's how I plan on watching Batman versus Superbad. I'm sure I'll enjoy it much more that way.
Batman versus Superman. I think the real problem I'm going to have with that is right before I go see Batman versus Superman, I am going to feel the need to rewatch Man of Steel.
Will
Oh,
you?
no.
Will
I have
you
no
really?
interest in rewatching it.
I have no interest in rewatching it, but I will feel a need to.
Why? What complicated plot elements do you need to remind yourself of?
Well, in more so to give Batman versus Superman the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps tying it all together is exactly what it needs.
I know that's the idea behind it, right?
Right.
Rich is right.
Rich is right.
Yeah, because isn't it during like the big fight in the city at the end of Man of Steel?
Yep.
Batman's in the city at the time,
Yep.
or some shit.
And,
We'll
and
see.
Wayne Tech in Metropolis loses so many, and that's the driving force. Oh, I'm gonna kill that, so I'm gonna bleed.
The funny thing is, I've seen people try and say that was their plan all along. Nope.
Nope. Not even close. Don't be a
Man
dumb...
of Steel was a surprise hit. I mean, I think people probably assumed it would do well, but it did really well.
Yeah.
And they're like, shit, let's rush in a Justice League movie, and we'll put Batman in the next Superman movie. And that's their whole problem, is they tried to rush to match what Marvel is doing.
Not Man of Steel. Avengers was a surprise hit.
No, Man of Steel. What does Avengers have to do with anything?
I think if Man of Steel...
Well, Avengers was a big hit. Man of Steel was a bigger hit than they were expecting, so they said, shit, we got to follow the form of the Avengers. We have to immediately rush into our superhero team movie.
Right, but I don't think Batman versus Superman was a reaction of Man of Steel's success. Because if it was just Man of Steel was a success, they would have just made another Superman movie.
No, but they wanted to make another... Superman was their first big hit out of these. They've been trying to do
Right.
the DC stuff.
Right.
Since it was such a big hit, they wanted to immediately rush to like a team-up movie that would lead into an Avengers-type group movie.
Sure, but I think that was a direct reaction to Avengers, not necessarily Man of Steel. Is I guess my...
But Avengers was before Man of Steel.
You say it's their first big hit.
Isn't it?
It was the only one. It was the only thing.
okay.
The only DC movies before that were the Dark Knight, which did a lot better
Sure.
than Man of Steel.
But that's
I mean,
yeah, but that chapter is over now. We're talking about...
Sure.
They're trying to start something new with Man of Steel. They should have done Man of Steel, do a standalone Batman movie, establish your characters, like Marvel was doing. But instead, they're like, we gotta rush into a Batman movie and put him in Superman, and then we'll get the Justice League movie right away.
I think it was a planned rush from the get-go. We'll do a Superman one, then we'll do the Justice League.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know that it was a surprise because the Man of Steel was a big hit, because that was their first attempt at this universe.
Right. I don't think there was any talk of doing like a Justice League movie before
I'm
Man
sure
of
they were
Steel, though,
planning
wasn't
it. Everyone was watching
Yeah.
Marvel cranking out money.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they intended, and they were going to rush into it haphazardly.
The
as
point,
they
yeah,
have
I guess
done.
regardless of the the way things went. The point is that they were always rushing everything.
The Marvel
Instead of taking their time and doing the slow and steady Marvel route, they just rushed into everything.
That everyone can agree on.
Am I wrong in thinking that Marvel built momentum relatively slowly? I know Iron Man was a smash hit, but like with the first Captain America movie and the first Thor movie, were they huge?
I mean, they're all big enough hits to let them keep going.
But they did it slowly because they weren't expecting Iron Man to do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Iron Man is the real surprise.
But the thing, Iron Man was a huge hit. They didn't immediately rush into an Avengers movie.
Right.
They still took their time and tried to build up all the characters.
They formulated a plan.
Right.
They reloaded.
And that plan has been working for them,
They
as
went into
opposed to
Overwatch.
what they're doing with the DC movies. And now everyone is worried about Batman vs. Superman not doing well, so they're pushing back the Justice League movie. And maybe we should do a standalone Batman movie.
Batman vs. Superman. Oh, our projected numbers aren't like it's R-rated DVD. R-rated DVD.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Deadpool, R-rated. What about...
It's so transparent.
Where did we
that
put
it's
all
hilarious.
the squibs? I haven't seen them in 15 years.
Marvel seems to be doing okay. What do they got? They got girls in their comic. Wonder Woman's in it. Wonder Woman's in it. Wonder Woman gets her own movie right away. Go.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
It's so obvious.
It's so obvious that it's funny.
It's so transparent. Let's see here. Read My Letter says, can you please ask Rich to replicate the nasal noise he made in the latest Wheel of the Worst? It's for my friend Erico and Giovanni, who haven't stopped talking about it since.
Nasal noise?
I don't even remember what that is.
You just mean talking?
Yeah, your voice is a nasal noise.
Read My Letter. You might need to be a little more specific. I'll check for your name in the chat. So
Yeah,
you
I
might
don't know
need
what that would
to
be.
nasal noise. I don't know.
There's some context. What was going on?
Shatabao has a very important question. What is that small child doing on cam? I don't know who let him in. That's the real.
I do what I want.
Wait, I saw that. Please, Jack, please mention UFO game series to Rich. He must check it out. It's basically real-time XCOM, and it's amazing.
Real-time? Oh, I didn't know they were real-time. I've heard of it. I didn't know they were real-time. If it's real-time, it can go fuck itself.
Rich does not like real-time strategy. He likes turn-based. He likes taking his time, planning his attacks, all that fun stuff. Beady boong. I hear ya. I'm still looking for Read My Letter.
You've actually just successfully turned me off of the UFO series.
Read My Letter says meh, meh.
Meh, meh.
Did you do anything like that?
Oh, wait, there's the part when they're trying to make noises with their nose.
Oh,
I'm assuming
God.
it's that. Yeah, that's probably it.
He did the nose harp.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Read My Letter. Glad we could help. All right, let's see here. Count Esco says, hey, what are your opinions on modern high-quality TV shows like Fargo?
Fargo's the best. It's the best show.
Fargo's the best show.
Relatively speaking, I think TV's more entertaining than movies.
Yeah, the problem is there's so much. There's so many TV shows that people say are like great now and better than what's in theaters, because you can take your time and have a story play out over a longer period of time and flesh out the characters. But there's so much of it. Like, I still haven't watched Mad Men.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't got back to Breaking Bad yet.
Yeah.
There's too much.
All right.
But I guess that's a good thing. There's more like options to choose from than there used to be in the olden days of TV.
Well, and now you get stuff like Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu, where if you want to just binge on a back catalog of something, you have that opportunity.
Right.
I personally think that Fargo season 1 is better than season 2. I know
Fargo season 2 is the best.
many people
It's the best
disagree
thing.
with me. But Fargo is brilliant.
Yeah.
Also, fuck y'all from Finland, says Count Esco. Let's see here. Anonymous has a very important question. Hey, hey, hee, hee. I make poos, and pee-pees. One comes out the front, one comes out the back. For both, we wipe and flush, but for one, we will wipe a little more. That is a very true and comical statement. Whoever said that originally must be very funny. Sick said, do you guys play Hearthstone? It's a children's card game that you win by basic arithmetic and total luck. It's very streamable also. What? No, neither of us play Hearthstone. I know many people do stream it and enjoy it, but Rich and I do not play that game. I also personally have no strong feelings about it, pro or con. Rich?
No feelings at all.
There we go, done. Also, what did the kid...
Oh, that was nasty.
Also, what did the kid want with water? Dog got hit by a fucking car.
What?
I think that's from the Cop Dog review. I think.
I just have no idea.
We've released a lot of videos. Every once in a while, I'll see a comment or someone will tweet at me something related to like a video from 3 years ago, and I'm like, "What is the context of this?"
Right? Let's see here. What do you guys think of Gal Skeletor Gadot playing Wonder Woman? Has she been in anything else?
I
Gal
don't know
Gadot?
anything about her.
She looks like Wonder Woman.
All I've seen is what's in that trailer,
Yeah.
and she looks fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know where you're getting Skeletor from.
I know nothing about her.
She looks like Wonder Woman. As is also, you should know that Wonder Woman is a fictional character. So, you know, you can have her look like different things
That's true.
depending on which artist draws her or which actress plays her.
Mm-hmm.
Has Gal Gadot just acted in anything else?
I don't know anything about her.
I don't know anything about Gal Gadot. I'm going to Google her right now.
I mean, that was the case with Superman, too. That, what's his face? The guy who plays Superman now. Henry Cavill?
Henry Cavill?
Nobody knew who the fuck he was.
There you go.
It was Henry Cavill.
Well, now he's Superman.
Brandon Roth, the old Superman,
Yeah.
now plays a superhero on a D-list CW superhero show.
Oh.
Legends of Tomorrow.
So that all worked out for him.
He's still working.
He was fine as Superman.
Yeah.
He was the least of that movie's problems.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. I don't want to sign up for IMDb Pro. How do I close this? How do I close this?
You don't.
Apparently I don't, by the way. Gal Gadot is an Israeli actress and model. She was born in Rosh Hashanah, Israel.
That's not accurate.
She's been in some Fast and Furious movies,
Oh, she was?
apparently. Furious 7, Furious 6,
Furious 8.
Fast 5.
Furious 9.
Which one did we see? We did one for the show. I think it was 7.
She's in that one.
I don't remember her.
Do you know Giselle? Do you remember Giselle from Furious 7?
I don't know these people. I remember Michelle Rodriguez. I think she was in it.
Michelle Rodriguez.
I know she's in some of them. I remember nothing about Furious 7.
If you can remember,
It was okay, but I don't remember it.
If you can remember Giselle, that's Gal Gadot.
Ooh, superior conditioning.
I think she looks like an attractive lady. Look at her.
The only thing I remember about Furious 7 is when The Rock flexed his cast off. He was barely in the movie, I'm assuming because he had other projects going on or whatever,
yeah.
so he gets injured at the beginning. He's in the hospital through the whole movie, and then at the end, they cut back to him in the hospital. He's got a cast on, and he knows the team needs his help, so he flexes his cast off and leaves the hospital.
That sounds awesome.
It's kind of amazing.
These
That sounds
sound
awesome.
like great films.
Yep.
7 was entertaining. I know the first few are like generic action movies, and then they started to get a little silly with it.
Yeah.
But the only one I've seen is 7. I think it's 7. If that's the one we did for the show. Whatever one it was. I'm very invested in that series.